Well, as you can see, I'm on my way to get me a cheeseburger and Philadelphia fries. But if you can't see those diagonal line chemical contrails blocking out the poor moon, you're blind. In real time, you can see about 30 diagonal lines going through about the 2 o'clock part of the moon to the 7 o'clock part, over and under. And it's terrible. Our day and night sky in New York State is whited out. We don't have blue skies during the day, and we don't have pitch black or even black night skies with points of light like we used to, that I used to watch a couple years ago. People are so damn dumbed down listening to other people, like that deceiver Wolfie 6020. He's a deceiver. Okay, explain this to me. How can your favorite astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse Tyson, while referencing the Red Bull jump, which was about 24 miles, he contested it because they claimed it was a jump from outer space. And Neil deGrasse Tyson said to a packed audience, that's not outer space, 24 miles. He referenced the curvature of the Earth in the background of this guy, Felix Baumgart, I believe his name is. When he was getting ready to jump, they showed a tremendous curve of the Earth. And Neil deGrasse Tyson said that was a fisheye lens doing that. You don't see the curvature of the Earth at 24 miles in altitude. And then he went on to say, I don't think he realized what he was saying, but he said that stuff is flat. So if you can't see the curvature of the Earth at 24 miles in altitude, straight out of the mouth of the heliocentric model guru, fake and favorite astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, you're going to tell me that Wolfie 6020 and his little Cessna knows what he's talking about? You're going to believe him over your favorite astrophysicist who says you cannot see the curvature of the Earth at 24 miles in altitude? The Red Bull jump, he said that curvature of the Earth was due to a fisheye lens. Okay, so you tell me, how do boats, cargo ships, how do these objects disappear over the curvature of the Earth at 3 or 4 miles, sailing away from you towards the horizon? How can the curvature, the alleged curvature of the Earth, obscure these vessels hull first at 3 miles when at 24 miles in altitude looking down you can't see any curvature of the Earth? It's ridiculous. And I love how these boats just sink straight down like they're on an elevator. They sink level. No tilt, no inclination. Now if you tilted this car coming by, if it stopped, right? If that car stopped and I tilted it at 6 feet tilt, you could see that the back end of that pickup was raised in the front, or the nose or the hood would be pointed down. That's how vessels would look going over this curve of the Earth. And as Nathan Oakley points out, the geometric horizon is debunked. There is no geometric horizon. Okay? My goodness. But that's all beside the point, because people are so dumbed down. They are so dumbed down they can do this in the sky and turn a blue sky white and a black sky not white. This is all a whited out sky. And you can see all the chemical contrails stacked up on each other diagonally in our sky. And there's the moon. It don't have a chance. No chance in high heaven. You see that? It's whited out. It's being obscured. It's terrible. This is my neighborhood in Rochester, New York. Cornhill, baby. The second richest neighborhood in Rochester. Although I'm not rich myself. Not even close. I gotta work for mines, you know. But I can't even go get me a Philadelphia burger and Philly fries without seeing this garbage. Well, you can't see the moon in between these. Oh, where is it? I can't so white it out you can't see It's hard to see it on the screen, see? It's right there, but it's being whited out. So you tell me, how is there a massive fog cloud in the sky? Everything is whited out. Clouds do not form this way. We got a white sky. It's terrible. People have been so dumbed down. They think they're living on the outside surface of a giant spinning spherical water world that itself is covered in gas and oxygen within and speeding through an infinite and expanding vacuum. Now, didn't we go over this already? A vacuum cannot be found on the earth anywhere in any natural state. Okay, we have to make them, and a container or a vacuum chamber is required. You get yourself an aquarium sort of chamber and suck all the air out, then you have a vacuum. Okay, and gas or oxygen, as soon as they look at those waves, chemical contrails, now they look horizontal over and under the moon. But gas will immediately fill any available and empty volume. A vacuum cannot exist directly next to an area of oxygen unless there's a barrier separating them. So tell me, how does the earth maintain its coat of oxygen and gas? How does it do that? So now someone's going to tell me the fictitious force of gravity that's doing 1,000,000 times more than all the electricity. You could shine all the lights in the world, and electricity wouldn't be doing 1% of what gravity is. Gravity's holding every blade of grass, grain of sand, dirt, person, place, and thing to the outside surface of this giant spinning fake ball. And it's never been detected itself. We can detect electricity. It's only doing 1% of what they say this mighty gravity's doing. So how can gravity be pulling down the atmosphere? It's pulling down the outside atmosphere, but everything in the middle, planes, birds, and the jet stream and cloud patterns can go whatever way they want. Whatever beam ray, current, or field of gravity just goes through them. And then goes and attaches to the outside atmosphere, thermosphere, ionosphere, mesosphere, sphere. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Is gravity sentient? It's not pulling on anything in the middle, but only on the outside atmosphere. And it's spinning in direct relation to the ground of the earth. But everything in the middle, look at that. Can you not see those horizontal waves? Look at that. They're diagonal over here. The whole sky is diseased and contaminated with this shit. That's not natural. Can't you see what they're doing? These scumbags. Okay, we don't live in the world or reality we're told we live in. These people are liars. This place has one of the best burgers in Rochester, Philly Max. That's right. I walk here for exercise. This is terrible. You can see some of the skyline of the former great Rochester, New York. 20, 30 years ago, this city was bumping. Now all we got is this. Punks walking around. I hope they don't hear me. At least I have to take my jacket off. That house right there is a 150-year-old house, the square one. Now it's all punks. All punks, man. If Black Lives Matter, why don't anyone go tell them that? You see, I gotta whisper. I can't wear one of Mark Dice's shirts around here. Are you crazy? I'd have to be fighting every block. I'm in a Democratic town, buddy. And I'm neither or. I'm not a Republican no more. They're all in on it together. Trump's a patriot. No, he's not. He pointed out all this fraud, but then let him walk right in. Let him walk right in. What kind of patriot? Give me liberty or give me death? Patrick Henry would not have stood for that if he knew for sure that fraud was afoot. So I don't want to hear it. That disgusts me. They're all in on it together. Trump said he was going to investigate and prosecute, arrest and prosecute Hillary Clinton if he won office. Then after he won office, he threw her a luncheon bazaar to thank her for all her political assets that she's contributed to the political stage. These people are all in on it together. It's an illusion of choice, paradigm of left versus right, and people are just sheep led to the meatpacking house. This summer, the great alien deception is going to be upon us. They're gonna allegedly release all UFO classified information by July per the second stimulus, and people are going to be led astray and deceived. And I wouldn't be surprised if aliens showed up and the abominations created in labs that the Nazis made during World War II, committing atrocities on their prisoners of war, mixing animal and human genome together. Okay, and these spiritual demonic entities are spiritual. They're not chemtrailing everything to terraform the earth, because spiritual entities don't have a respiratory system, stupid person. Okay, I'm gonna go get my burger now. People are looking at me like I'm crazy. Okay, bye-bye.